Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we'll be looking into a numerical example solution of the Markov chain. We'll see step-by-step solution of tackling a particular problem statement of Markov chain. So I hope you all are excited. So without further delay, let's start. Now before solving the problem or looking at the problem statement, we'll first see what we have learned in the previous video. So we have seen the Markov property, which says the future depends only on the present. We have seen the state space capital S, which contains all the possible set of states in the system. We have seen the transition matrix capital A, which tells you about the different the different transition probabilities which are present in that particular system. Okay, so how to read it? You can read any particular cell as I of j, where I is your from state and j is your to state. So what is the transition probability of moving from state I to j? This is your transition probability, and the set of all the transition probabilities for every single state is stored in the transition matrix capital A. Next, we also have seen the sum rule, which says that every single row of your TPM must sum to 1. Yes, we have seen all these things. Along with that, we also have seen the formulation of how to calculate the probability of any particular sequence. Now let's say we have a sequence S1 to S2 and S2 to S3. So for this particular sequence, we can calculate the probability as the probability of the initial state, right? Let's say if it is S1, so phi of S1 multiplied by the transition probability of S1 to S2 and the multiplication of transition probability from S2 to S3. So multiplicating all of them will get the probability of the entire sequence. So I hope you are now able to recall all these things which we have seen. If you haven't seen the previous video on Markov chain intuition, then in that particular case, please have a look at that particular video and then jump back to this particular numerical so that you will be understanding this nicely. So now we'll be starting with the very problem statement understanding. So this is our very problem statement. Okay, so we are given with a weather system which has three states: sunny, cloudy, rainy. Next, we are also given with the transition probability matrix TPM. This is our transition probability matrix. How to read it? Probability of moving from S to S, that means sunny to sunny, is zero point 0.6. Probability of moving from S to C is 0.3, and so on. Next, we are also given with the initial distribution, that means the initial probabilities of every single state phi, as for sunny it is zero point 0.5, for cloudy it is zero point 0.3, and for rainy it is zero point 0.2. So I hope the given problem statement is clear to you all. Now what exactly we need to solve? Okay, we are supposed to solve four things. So the very first problem is that we have to verify whether the TPM is valid. Okay, so according to the rule that we have seen for TPM, we'll be verifying it and we'll be validating it. Okay, so second thing that we need to do is, if today is sunny, then what is the probability of day 2 being rainy? So we need to find out the probability of this particular transition also. Next, we have to then find the probability of this particular sequence, sunny to cloudy and then cloudy to rainy. In the fourth problem, we have to solve what is the probability of day 2 being cloudy starting from the initial distribution phi. So let's have a look at the step by step solution of every single problem here. Okay, we'll be solving four different things. We'll go step by step and see how we can tackle all these particular scenarios. Now, before moving on to the solution of every single step, we'll first see the state transition diagram. So based on this particular transition matrix, we have plotted this particular state transition diagram. So this is how it looks. Okay, how to read it? Probability of sunny state to cloudy state is zero point 0.3. Probability of sunny state to rainy state is zero point 0.1. Probability of sunny state to itself is zero point 0.6. Like this, you have to go for every single other. So I hope the state transition diagram is clear to you all. Now let's solve every single parts of the given problem statement. So the very first is the verification of the TPM, whether it is valid or not. Now we have studied two different conditions for any TPM that has to be followed. So the very first condition is that all the entries in the TPM must be greater than or equal to 0. Yes, this is something because a probability cannot be negative, right? Next, each row must sum to exactly 1. This is the next condition. So let's have a look at all the conditions. So first we'll see the transition probability matrix. Over here you can see none of the probability is negative, right? So our very first condition is satisfied. That means all the entries are positive, greater than or equal to 0. Next, Let's have a look at the row by row verification for checking whether the row sums to 1 or not. So the very first row here is zero point 0.6, zero point 0.3 and zero point 0.1. Add all of them, we get 1. For the second row, zero point 0.2 plus zero point 0.5 plus zero point 0.3 gives us 1, and for the third row it also gives us 1. So all the rows sums to 1 as well as all the entries are positive. So that is why, since both of these conditions are satisfied, so our given TPM is valid, which means that it is a right stochastic matrix. So I hope the solution is clear to you all for the very part 1. So now let's have a look at the solution of part B, where the question is that today is sunny, then what is the probability tomorrow being rainy? So visual representation, what we need to find out is day 1 is sunny, right? What we need to find is that what is the probability of day 2 being rainy? Whenever we say like this, from sunny to rainy, that means in the transition matrix we have to check the row sunny. Okay, so where to look? We need to look at the row sunny, that means from which state, to the column rainy, that means to what state we need to go, from sunny to rainy, from the row sunny to the column rainy, we'll see. Okay, so like this we need to tackle this. So the solution will be what? Probability of rainy given sunny. That means the transition probability of S of R, which means we need to look at the row S and we need to look at the column R. This particular value, this particular transition probability will be your answer. Now look at the transition probability matrix. On the row sunny and on the column R of sunny row, we have to look. We have zero point 0.1, right? So direct lookup, we get A of S of R as 0.1. So that is why our probability of day 2 being rainy, given that day 1 is sunny, is zero point 0.1, which means 10% chances are present. So I hope this particular section solution is also clear. Now let's have a look at the third part, part C, where we need to find out the probability of this particular sequence: sunny to cloudy and then cloudy to rainy. Okay, so this is a 3-state sequence. The path goes like this: from sunny to cloudy and from cloudy to rainy. Okay, so the formulation will be what? It will be S to C to R, which means since your first state, initial state is S, so that is why we'll be looking at the phi of S. Okay, the initial probability of the sunny. Okay, multiplied by the transition from sunny to cloudy, which is nothing but the transition probability of S to C, multiplied by the transition of C to R, which means the transition probability of C to R. Like this, your formulation becomes, you just have to multiply all these entities that we have figured out. Now let's find out all the values. We have phi of S given in the question as 0.5 from initial distribution that we have got in the problem statement. We have the ASC, that means the transition probability of sunny to cloudy as 0.3. Okay, in the transition matrix, if I show you from sunny to cloudy, it is 0.3, right? And next we have ACR, which means transition probability of cloudy to rainy, as cloudy to rainy it is zero point 0.3, right? So we have both as zero point 0.3. Now what is left? Just multiply all of them. So probability of S to C to R is nothing but this formulation, and then zero point 0.5 multiplied by zero point 0.3 multiplied by zero point 0.3, which gives us 0.5 multiplied by 0.09, which gives us 0.045. So there are 4.5% of chances of this particular sequence being valid. Okay. Now something important that you need to note. So when to include phi and when not to. Okay. So case 1, we need to include phi when the what is the probability of the sequence is asked. Okay, so here in our case we are asked with this particular sequence probability, so that is why we have included the initial probability phi of S, right? Now the case 2, when not to include phi, is that when it is specifically mentioned that given we start at S. Okay, so if the initial state is precisely mentioned as sunny or any particular state, if the starting state is given to you, it's not any random state, then in that case do not include phi. Okay, so just calculate the probability of transition from S to C and C to R directly. Just multiply this thing, ASC and AC of R. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to you all. Now let's solve the very fourth problem, that is we need to find out the probability of day 2 being cloudy starting from the initial distribution. Now, for this particular case, we don't know today's weather for sure, right? We are not aware about what is the today's weather. We are just given with this problem that we need to find out the probability of day 2 being cloudy, given that you're starting from phi, that is initial distribution. So that is why we only have phi. So now since today is not sure, then in that case we only have to look at the entire phi. Phi is nothing but sunny, sunny initial probability is zero point 0.5, cloud initial probability is 0.3, and so on. And we need to find out the day 2 being cloudy. Now since start is not given to us, so our insight will be what? Day 2 can be cloudy via three paths, right? There could be three possible paths through which day 2 could be cloudy. Either initial day, either the initial day would be sunny, either the initial day would be cloudy, or it could be rainy. There could be three possibilities, right? It could be anything. So that is why the transition would be from sunny to cloudy, or it could be cloudy to cloudy, or it could be rainy to cloudy. So the total probability would be sum of all the paths. Okay, so whenever this kind of scenario is given to you, this is how you need to solve. First, calculate all the possible path to that particular day 2 being cloudy, and then add all the probabilities in that particular path. So now we are clear with our very logic. The total probability formula would be like this. Probability of x2 being cloudy is nothing but the summation of probability of x1 equals I multiplied by probability, the state transition probability from I to C for all the states I. Remember, we just not have to use this A, I to C. We also have to look for the initial probability where the x1 is I. So like this the formulation goes. Okay, so probability of x1 equals s. So if your initial day is sunny, then in that case it would be like this. Probability of x1 equals to s multiplied by the transition probability of sunny to cloudy. So this is your phi of s, and this is your sunny to cloudy transition probability. Okay, next plus probability of x1 being cloudy. So that is so this is something where your first day is cloudy, and you are moving from cloudy to cloudy again because your second state is fixed. It has to be cloudy, right? This is your second path, and this is your third path where your probability of x1, where your first day is rainy, so it becomes probability of x1 equals r multiplied by transition from r to c probability. Okay, so visual flow would be like this. What is your phi of s? It is, now just plug in the values. What is your phi of s? It is zero point 0.5. Your transition probability from s to c is 0.3. Okay, phi of c is 0.3 and acc is nothing but 0.5. Phi of r is zero point 0.2 and transition from r to c is 0.4. Okay, so we need to just plug in all the values, solve individually all of them, and then add all of them to find out the total probability. I hope you're understanding. Carefully observe this thing, which is, this thing is very simple. Okay, we are just taking out all the possible path probabilities and adding all of them. Now as we have all the values, now what we need to do is just plug in the values. 0.3 multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 0.3 plus 0.3 multiplied by 0.5 plus 0.2 multiplied by 0.4. Multiplying all the individuals, we get 0.15 plus 0.15 plus 0.08. Now adding all of them, we get 0.38. Okay, so 0.38 is nothing but your probability of day 2 being cloudy. So there are 30% chances that your day 2 will be cloudy given your initial distribution. Cool. So I hope this particular problem statement solution is also clear how to solve whenever this kind of scenario occurs. So this is something which is for your practice. So this is the problem statement, and these are all the questions that you need to solve. You can solve all of them. Answers are also given to you in front of you. Just try to solve it on your own and practice it. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the video. I hope the entire numerical is clear to you all. If you guys have any single doubt, put it in the comment section. I'll be happy to solve it. For more such videos, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell icon, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Please join me on Telegram. Thanks for watching. Have a good day ahead.